Thank you for Hong Kong HKSGV's invitation to give me this opportunity to share our viewpoint on CSR and its relevance to business operations. The topic today I like to put it is from CSR to business sustainability. Let's start with some understanding about CSR. How should we understand CSR is the most important when we talk about its business relevance? CSR has a long history of development. We can see that it is basically an evolving concept. The evolving trends appear to have significant changes in the last few decades. But the trend is that we try to move this concept on one hand to be more inclusive. On the other hand, we try to move it away from an ethical category to be more related to business operations. Basically, we can see that the concept was raised in 1924. It's more focused on individuals. It later considered that it should be more an organizational obligation instead of just business executives' responsibility. This move away from the classical economists start from Milton Friedman's that corporate social responsibility for the business is mainly for profit makings. And he also maintained that at that time, CSR is only the responsibility of individual business executive. So this change has already moved CSR from individual CEOs' perspectives to organization obligation. This is why in the turn of year 2000s, basically we talk about business sustainability and also can take CSR as a business strategy to achieve business sustainability by taking the full advantage of CSR. On this basis, we can come to the nature of CSR. In the past, we talk about CSR as an ethical obligation for business firms to do it. That may not be very effective in some sense that its business relevance, its business benefit have never been fully explored. CSR can be a management model for business corporation to achieve business sustainability. A management perspective look at that. There appears to be a conflict between the social and economic perspective. In this process, we can see that there are 5 major issues in corporate social responsibility that are normally asked. Why corporation adopts CSR practices? It is the management value. CSR is a strategy to make the firm more competitive. Second issue is that how corporation undertake CSR practices. Most of the company, particularly in the starting stages, they try to do it, they will do it on a more ad hoc, unsystematic, informal basis. When companies take it more seriously, they will do it in a more systematic way. They will try to institutionalize CSR practice. The third issue is that when corporation introduce CSR initiative, that means what's the stage of business development should company introduce? From a resource perspective, when company earn profits, they can take up CSR. But we can do it even earlier than that. When they start their business, be socially responsible, you can pick up those business operations that are beneficial to the society, like you produce green products. What CSR practices corporations should undertake? Actually, when you do CSR, you can make full use of your core competence, company's core competence to do CSR, because it would be more cost effective and also more proficient doing it. Like for example, when Microsoft do CSR, they just make it free for all the education institutions, secondary or primary, to use their software for education purpose. They don't need to build a computer for them, isn't it? They don't need to build a hospital. So I think they can make use of their cost competence to do it. And then what result corporation achieve from CSR effort? This is also the general issue to consider. Build a proper, good reputations. And then also to engage high commitments from the employee and also the customers can also protect the environment. So I think they can draw a lot of advantage, good positive outcome from it. And recently, even Michael Porter considered that if you do CSR, you can achieve better competitive advantage. We normally look at sustainability, particularly from the business perspective, from a stakeholder perspective. We look at sustainability mainly from a triple bottom line perspective. What do you mean by triple bottom line? That means there are three major domains of sustainability. The first domain is economic sustainability. Stakeholders involved are customers, investors, suppliers, and competitors. The second domain is social sustainability. The stakeholders are employees, community, and government. The third domain is environmental sustainability. Of course, we come to see that natural environment is the major stakeholders. We can see that from a global trend initiated by United Nations, they always explain the scope of CSR.